Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Let me take the NNPC story. So Mele Kyari is back. The president has returned him as the group chief executive officer of NNPC and appointed Pius Akinyeri as the board chairman of NNPC. This was presented by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajiri Ngalale. The president also specifically said that he anticipates the fullest measure of compliance with the performance-driven and results-oriented mandate of the Renewed Hope agenda. So with this new appointment of the board of the NNPC, hopefully there should be some serious change concerning their operations. Go ahead.
So I have the Soun story. The Soun of Ogbomoso, was recently appointed, or how was
installed,
picked.
Okay.
Yes, by the governor. But one of the princes of the family went to court, and he got a judgment removing the Soun. I'm trying to find his name again. Prince. Well, he got a judgment removing the Soun, Prince Kabir Olaoye. So, and the government and the Soun, that's Prince Ghandi Olaoye, went to court, appealed to the Court of Appeal against that removal, and they also got a stay of execution, which meant that everybody should stay status quo, nothing else should happen. But the governor decided that, against the rule of law, that he will proceed with the installing of the presenting of staff of office to the picked Soun, that's Oba Ghandi Olaoye, and the program will start on December 16th. It will be a week-long installation program. And then the Punch captures that presently Oba Ghandi Olaoye is not in town. He traveled out because of, the court cases. But hopefully he will be back before the installation of office.
Okay, Daily Sun. War over judiciary. Courts pushing Nigeria to anarchy, says Bode George. And Tinubu ready to implement reform, says Fagbemi. Alaba market demolition. IPOP urges Ohaneze, Southeast governors, others to dialogue. Gunmen kill 2 police officers in Imo. Obi in London says Africa right destination for investments. Dangote's $20 billion refinery set to list on Nigeria exchange. FG begins repair of collapsed roads on December 1, says minister. FEC approves 27 trillion naira as 2024 budget. And Zenith Bank signs MOU with French government for subsidiary establishment in France. Okay, which story are we doing in Daily Sun?
Let me do the 2 police officers. So 2 police officers were killed barely 72 hours after the traditional ruler of Otulu, Umumara Eze. Umumara, that's a community in Imo State, was killed. The traditional ruler's name was Eze Joe Ochulo. And the source said that the area where the 2 police officers were said to be killed yesterday inside a filling station at the Ahiara Junction in Ahiara's glasses matter, we have to settle it, in the Imbise local government area of Imo State yesterday. The incident was also said to have led to the death of a passerby who was hit by a stray bullet, sadly, from the hoodlums.
Okay, let me take the story. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, was in London, and where he was invited by the Commonwealth Trade and Investment Summit. And he described Africa as the right continent for trade and investment. He focused his address on the vast opportunities within Africa and outlined strategies for sustainable development and inclusive growth across the continent, considering the youth population and dynamic workforce that we have, comprising over 1.4 billion people. He noted that with the vast working age population of approximately 1.1 billion, the continent represents a significant advance in global economy. Okay.
Yes, so the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, is issuing a 7-day contravention notice to owners of buildings on Orchard Road, Agungi, Ajiran, Conservation Road, or Sapa. All roads are along that Ikota River. And he said that the declaration alongside the Special Advisor of the Environment, Mr. Olakunle Rotimi Akodu, he also says that they had to carry out an inspection tour in that Ikota River corridor. And one of the reasons they did that was to ascertain the level of compliance by property owners whose building and fences within the approved 7 meters setback on both sides of the channel. So they also said that, you know, the Lagos state has been respecting, you know, been having a human face in trying to handle some of these issues. And people need to start respecting the state drain master plan to avoid property demolition, that there was no going back on the decision of the state to enforce the law and reclaim drainage setbacks. So what they found was a lot of people have built on those drainage systems, which is not allowing the water to flow through the appropriate channel. And they've just been, you know, talking to them about it. But right now, if they find any building that's sitting on any of the drainage pipelines, they will demolish the building. So people must ensure that they follow the plans when they want to erect building in those areas.
Okay, Vanguard, very quickly. We can't replace law with emotion, says CJN. ASU Konwa warned government against new varsity, say the existing ones are malnourished. Fake votes, 3.23 billion naira for explosive, narcotics detection scanners in 5 airports. Judicial decisions can affect FDI, says CBN governor. Ogun, FG, others meet on Gateway Agro Cargo Airport concessioning. FG jerks up 2024 budget 27.5 trillion. And Ondo crisis moves to oust Akeredolu, ignores Tinubu's intervention uncovered. Okay, which story?
Yes, I have the Federal Executive Council, FEC, has approved the award contract for the supply and installation of customized explosive and narcotic defection screening systems in 5 of our international airports across the country. So we'll be seeing these facilities at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, Murtala Mohammed International Airport here in Lagos, Mallam Aminu Kano, Akanu Biam, Enugu, and Port Harcourt International Airport in Rivers State. So the Minister for Aviation has said that, you know, this is very needed because first of all, you know, we hear about Nigerians. He says Nigerians have, you know, get ticked off when they get to the airport and they're constantly asking them to open their bags. NDLEA will tell you, open your bag. Customs, everybody, open your bag. And he says that, you know, that's not acceptable anymore. So this will make sure that all the machines are there, the detection machines are there. You just put your bags through them so that Nigerians will get their dignity back as they go through our airports. So that's one of the things we see. Yeah.
So I have the major headline.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I have the, you know, the Chief Justice talking about law and emotions. He said that the public sentiments and emotions cannot replace the law. He said the law remains the law, no matter whose interest is involved. He was talking at the special session, you know, marking the Supreme Court held to mark the commencement of the 2023-2024 legal year and the swearing in of 58 new SAN in the country. He talked about how important, you know, referring to the 2023 judgments and all of that, that people are clamoring because he said the PDP presidential candidate in 2023 elections, Atiku Abubakar, and that of the Labour Party and some civil society organizations affirmed that, you know, that the judgments were not good. And they also responded to the CJN for his comments saying Nigeria was losing confidence in judiciary, and they consider all the activities of the judges in recent election matters, you know, biased. And so he responded and said the law remains the law, no matter whose interest is involved. All we do as interpreters of the law, we should, we should endeavor to sever the strings of emotions from logic and assumptions from fact. So he commended them. He also talked about autonomy for the judiciary. He said that by now, the judiciary over the years should have had physical autonomy, which he says would ensure full independence of the judiciary. He talked about that, you know, to some extent at the federal level there is such autonomy, but it should go around states and all of that. So hopefully we'll see if the effect.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, on to the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.